Okay, it's been a while, and I'm trying out a new format, so I hope this works. A couple weeks back, I was chatting with a good friend of mine. He was about to buy his first Casio, and he told me about his experience how, after one single Google search, he immediately felt anxious. There's just too many choices, he said to me. That whole situation got me thinking, what exactly is an all-around perfect first Casio? It's a daring question, and there are hundreds of people way more qualified to answer that. But I am just going to give my opinion, because, I love Casio. I think, to simplify it, it purely depends on the kind of person you are. Like the stuff you do on a daily basis. If you work out a lot, go on hikes, jog, outdoor activities, all that bunch, just get a G-Shock, like the one I'm wearing right now. It doesn't have to be this model. There's hundreds of different models. There's one with GPS, Bluetooth, or you can get the simple battery, no nonsense ones like this one. This is the DW 6900-BB, if I'm not mistaken, in full stealth black. Or you can get the iconic square G-Shock models, which should be the 5600 or the 5000 something. I made a couple videos about how it's perfect for that kind of lifestyle, purely because you don't have to think about it when you put it on. Like, it's a G-Shock, it's not gonna break. But if you're a bit fashion conscious, because not everyone is willing to rock a bulky watch like a G-Shock, as much as Casio tries to make smaller versions, in the end, G-Shocks are bulky. If you're not into that kind of stuff, I suggest you take a look at one of these, the A158 series, or the A100, or the A168, which is exactly like this, but a bit bigger. They all have this sort of retro 80s sort of vintage look, and because of that, it's actually quite versatile. You can put it on with anything. I've worn this with sweatpants and joggers. I've worn this with formal wear, like a suit. It works fine. And as a bonus, it's cheaper than your G-Shock. If you're a bit of a traveler and you just want a no-nonsense watch that just helps you keep track of multiple time zones, there's just no other answer. Just get the world timer. This is the AE 1200. It has a cult following because it tracks multiple time zones. It has actually, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but it might have all of the time zones in here, because you can also pick the region and all that. It's incredible. This is my brother's watch. I'm borrowing it for today's video. Or if you're kind of niche like I am and you like movies, and you want to show your love for the character, but you don't exactly have James Bond level budget, you can start with this. This is the DW290. It has a cult following across many fields, not just in movies. Tom Cruise wore this in Mission Impossible. That's why it's called the Mission Impossible sometimes. But it's also popular in the military, like in the French Legionnaire. I think an American political figure wore this. I can't remember his name though. It's also popular with NASA. NASA aquanauts, they trained underwater before going into space, and they use this watch. I'll link down videos that are far more informative about these pieces in the description below. Because let's be honest, this whole thing is an oversimplification, but it all comes down to something very simple. If you want to buy your first Casio, or any watch for that matter, and you have doubts, just research. Research and research. Just research. Gain knowledge first, then the actual watch. I hope this video helps a specific someone somewhere out there, and I hope I can make more of these kinds of sort of chatty, on the fly sort of videos, because actually I kind of enjoy it. Okay, that's probably about it for the first one.